All right, so here is another question. How can those of us who are grieving any type of loss and who are perhaps living alone, maybe for the first time in many years, learn to cope with the social distancing and isolation? So let's tune into that. Let's see who's here. All right, so it's Gaia again. I feel it, but I was wondering, is there something else that wishes to come through? But let's go to the grand one. Precious ones, my precious ones, what I would want you to release at this moment in time is the false belief that you are ever alone. It is impossible for you to be alone. It is not impossible for you to feel the aloneness, to feel the isolation, of course. And so what I am asking you to do is simply pay attention to the way that you are describing or languaging or labeling your experience. For you can have the opportunity to label your feelings or your experience, or to claim it as a permanent aspect of what it is you are experiencing. And so this is where it is ever most important for you to pay good attention to the description of what it is you are observing. I am guiding you into the place of the observant one. Each of you listening, so highly observant, have made note of the littlest of things, especially those of you who wander onto the beauty of me, who appreciate the simplicity of a butterfly or a bee or any of my wondrous creatures, who get closer even and closer even and yet even closer to admire, to be in the true wonder and astonishment of life in general. And so I ask for you to recognize and remember that you are not alone, that you are in full surround of life in this way. I'm also asking you to recognize that should you be in grief for a particular beloved of yours, that it is also true that you are in full surround of your beloved as well. This is something that can be learned. This is something that also can be taught and practiced. And this is something that is available to you without question. And so as you contemplate how to navigate, I ask that you only show the kindness, the tenderness, the compassion, the gentleness that you would offer to one of my smaller creatures, shall we say, to one that has perhaps found itself stuck within your path, let us say on the sidewalk struggling. Would you not bend down to help the lowly quote unquote worm? Would you not bend down to observe how you might move a sweet creature from out of harm's way onto the grassy area perhaps, or the nearest tree? Have not each one of you done this very task, thought of this and executed upon it so that you could preserve and protect life? Of course you have. Of course you have done this. And of course others have seen you do this and have heard you speak of it and take pleasure in it and delight in it. And so I am asking you to attend to life. I am asking you that even with your experience of grave grief, and this will not be questioned or denied, even within it, you can attend to life, and you can attend to life in a way that is not simply in the physical as well. You can attend to the life that was, that has gifted you with the beauty and the memories and the love, kindness, and the forever connection that is here for you to experience. You can choose how it is that you wish to be within this moment, within all moments, and also allow for the space and the passage of the emotions which hold the denser, tighter, harsher perhaps energy, for they are just passing through, like the waves of my great oceans, just passing through. They always crash and they always recede, and what is left is something beautiful, perhaps a shell, perhaps a a buried treasure of sorts that would only have been able to be discovered through the crashing of the waves. So see yourself in connection to me in this way. Allow for the waves of the grief, of the emotion, of the loss, of the deep sadness to be, for they are. Be the observer of those, and yes, the experiencer of those, but do not allow them to be you, for they are not. And when you are in the observational role, you will see so much more as well. Just simply ask yourself, what more is there for me to shed my light on, to shine my light on, to be in the awareness around? And if you are to ask that question, well, I promise you, I will respond quickly with the most wondrous answer, with the most beautiful, kind, gentle response, so that I can nourish you as I am accustomed to, and you can be a nourishment of me as is your natural will and way, and we can remain in the in the community and the coherent state of what we are in our most natural, most powerful. I thank you for this opportunity to respond. I thank you for your big hearts showing up to receive this. I thank you for your kindness and your appreciation. It is reciprocated 1,000 times over. Beautiful.